Hello and welcome to Terraria version 1.05. Well, you're not actually going to see gameplay from it, but the patch has been released. Yes, about 5 minutes before I started recording this, my game started updating and I saw the patch notes popping up everywhere. So the biggest changes, I thought I'd just cover the patch notes quickly with you guys. Have a look at them. Just for anyone out there that doesn't browse regularly, doesn't look at all the sites, stuff like that, it's always nice to just know things like this are happening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the patch notes on your screens. You're going to be able to look at them right now. I'm just going to have it scroll down once, and after that I'll put in some gameplay footage. I'll tell you a bit later what the gameplay footage is. It's not of 1.05 but something else. So the biggest change here is hardcore mode. Okay, characters can now be created in hardcore mode, and that's pretty much exactly what you think it is. If you die, you're dead, your character's gone. There'll be a gravestone. What I think would be really cool would be if you could keep the gravestone, so you could like knock it out with a hammer and take it with you. I'm not sure if you can, perhaps you can, but that would be absolutely crazy. I'd love that. Okay, I'd love to carry my dead characters around with me. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. So there are like 1,000 threads on Terraria Online saying 1.5 is out, 1.5 is out, well 1.05, whatever, and people are going crazy. So I'm sure there's going to be another thread soon about images and stuff, things that you can just, screenshots of all the stuff that I showed in the last video for 1.04. The same thing will happen with this, I'm sure. You'll be able to find it, and I'll link it below if it's out, if there's a thread like that. But anyway, let's have a look. So on the Terraria Online site, they say there are 8 new enemies. They don't tell you what they are, but on the Steam patch notes, they actually include all of them. So new enemies. Okay, here we go. Lava Slime. This enemy leaves behind lava on death. Ouch. Hellbat Demon. Demon sounds pretty cool. I'd love to know what that is. Jellyfish. 2 variations, pink and blue. Shark. Jaws, anyone? Vulture. Those are obviously in the desert area. I don't know. Crab. Then Antlion. Ooh, cool. Okay, change the way worm enemies spawn. Bats, hornets, and eyeballs no longer. Slimes float in water. La la la. I'm just looking at these changes. There's like a lot of smaller changes. Only one giant slime will appear at a time. That's pretty cool, I guess. Don't know if I've encountered a giant slime before yet, but whatever. Apparently the guide is a lot more knowledgeable now. So you can show him an item, and he'll tell you what you can make with it. So I'm going to test that out for myself, not right now. I can't show you what that is right now, but I'll test it out, and I hope it's going to be good, because the guide was pretty silly before. He didn't really help very much at all. So apparently NPC shops also now vary their goods. So depending on what day it is, depending on how far you are in the game, etc., they'll sell different stuff. Devourers should no longer gain random other enemies as its head. That would have been funny. I didn't see that myself. Nurse now charges the correct amount for healing. That's good. I don't know. She didn't overcharge me though. Anyway. Bats now have a death sound effect. Talking to the old man at night will give the player a warning before summoning the dungeon boss. Entering the dungeon before before defeating Skeletron, sorry, now spawns a new NPC instead of Skeletron's head. Okay, interesting. I'll test that one out again. Haha. And then a few other changes here. Let's see. Boring. I'm scrolling through them now. Items of blue rarity or higher are no longer burn up in lava. Can you swim in lava? Otherwise, I would not really be sure if that helped. Burning Skull has been renamed to Cursed Skull and given different AI. Interesting. Okay, then those are all the NPC and enemy changes. Oh, lastly here, Skeletron now has less defense and health. I don't know, I haven't fought him yet, but that sounds like a good thing. Definitely a good thing to me. There are slight size variations of the Eaters of Souls and Angry Bones now. Okay. So, items. This is where it gets interesting. New feature. Buffs activated by using potions. You can right click the buff to remove it from yourself, and the whole new alchemy thing has been added, so that's really interesting to me. I can't wait to get started on alchemy. I don't know what it has, what there is, anything like that, but it's going to be cool. Then the new items. Hellfire arrows. Sand gun. Guide voodoo doll. That's disgusting. Seriously? That's that's mean. I mean, the poor guy. Oh, anyway. New vanity items. Familiar wig. shirt, pants to be worn in social slot to hide your to hide your armor. Okay, cool. So that's gonna obviously use your old plain look, so you can walk around. I don't want to say naked, but as you were born. New vanity items: doctor's shirt and pants. Cool. Okay. Dive-in helmet, Knight's Edge, Dark Lance. I saw that in the 1.5 preview video, which I'll link right now on your screens. I'll put a little annotation for that. Dark Lance looked really, really good. Demon Sith, Trident, Coral, Cactus, Spear, Glow Stick, Sticky Glow Stick. Aha. Throwing knife. Maybe the glow stick is like a better version of a torch. Throwing knife sounds cool. Poison knife, silver bullet, wooden boomerang, blowpipe. Not sure what that is. I suppose that's some sort of little you know, dart shooting thing. Seed, which is ammo for blowpipe. Obsidian skin potion, regeneration potion, swiftness potion, gills potion, defense potion, mana regen, featherfall, magic power, spelunker potion, invisibility, shine, night owl, battle of thorns, archery potion. Interesting. Water walking potion, hunter potion, that sounds good too. Gravitation potion, that looked like fun. Check that video out, guys. That gravitation potion looked like a lot of fun. Daybloom seeds. Oh, these are new items again. Okay, so moonglow seeds, blink root seeds, deathweed, water leaf. All these had seeds. Fire blossoms, and then shark fins, leather. It seems like you can, feather. Sorry, not leather. Feather. Those are probably from the harpies. I'm bad at reading. Excuse me. Gold chest. Haha. Better loot for my adventuring. Bottled water tombstone. I suppose that is the tombstone that you get when you die. Ooh, I hope it has a name on or something. Illegal gun pods. Okay, that's interesting. Antlion mandibles. Then silver short sword recipe is corrected. Okay, torches and candles no longer work when wet. Oh, that is going to be terrible. How are you going to explore in the water then? Okay, destroying a place sign while you are reading it will no longer cause your character to become frozen. Rocket boots no longer require mana. They will provide lift for 1 second and recharge every time the player touches the ground or uses grapple. Interesting. Lift speed has been slightly increased to offset the loss of long flights. This makes the boots more viable for caster characters. Okay, interesting. I never had the boots, so I can't really comment on that. Explosion animation for bombs is now correctly displayed in multiplayer. There's now a message pop up when the player receives an item. Filled buckets may no longer be emptied into solid ground. Okay. Pots in the underworld now have a chance to drop hellfire arrows. That's interesting. Handgun and Phoenix Blaster have been reduced in size. Lowered the knockback of Muramasa. Reduced the chance, the damage of Blue Moon. Flintlock, pistol, and musket have increased damage. Jungle armor is no longer a drop. It's a craftable set. Aha. Magic mirror now requires mana to be used. That is good. I approve of that. Harpoon and maces now correctly show the player's arm animations. Okay, I've not had a harpoon before either. Arms dealer will sell unholy arrows at night after the Eater of Wolves has been defeated. That's sinister. Space gun does more damage. Okay, server. Then there are a few server changes which are pretty much just fixes. Then game interface stuff. Upon death, a more specific death message will be displayed, so they'll know how you died. That's good. Crafting an armor interface text will fade out when an item tool. Okay, cool. Hotbar now shows the item selected. That's interesting. PvP now requires 5 seconds between activation and deactivation, and vice versa to prevent PvP spam. Okay. Same for team changing. Added hotkeys for quickly drinking healing and mana and buff potions. The healing mana potion you use is based on the same principle as arrows. Top leftmost item first. Interesting. The buff potions all use at once. Okay. That's going to be interesting. I want to check that out. Holding right click on an empty space in the inventory no longer makes a sound effect. Okay. Defense totals are shown in your inventory. Ooh. And then here's a bunch of interesting stuff. The last changes on this list. The world's generating changes. So you're going to have to create a new world with this patch. That we knew, because, well, then you're going to have to. I mean, people are attached to their old worlds, but to get all the new stuff, you're going to want to have a new world. The items and stuff, all the stuff I just mentioned will be available in the old worlds, except you'll hear now all the things that require a new world. So here, Tweak the way sand is created during world generation. Oceans are now slightly larger, and generation layout has been improved. Requires a new world. Okay. Cactus is now on the sand. Cactuses now grow on sand. Cacti. Coral now grows in the ocean. Those are cool. That doesn't require a new world, apparently. Chests can now spawn near the surface. They'll contain treasure that new players might find useful. So it'll probably be less, I don't know, less hardcore treasure, higher up, smaller items, less valuable stuff, and then lower will obviously be better stuff. Chests and pots now contain loot based on the level they spawn in. I just said that. Okay, silly me for not reading ahead. And that requires a new world too. Gold chests will now spawn in some parts of the world. Also requires a new world. Corrupt chasms have less of a chance to spawn on jungles. Okay. They only have a cave connecting to most of the chasms. Okay, requires a new world. Traces of demonite ore can be created during world generation. Also requires a new world, but that's very interesting. Surface jungles have been enlarged and will override deserts. Also requires a new world. And that's it. Those are all the changes. Ooh, wait, there's a misc list too. So, corrected some spelling and grammar mistakes. That's great. That's a big change. Yeah, I didn't see this till just now. Lighting code has been optimized to increase performance. I gotta say, the game was performing pretty well on my computer anyway. Mud and ash now have a chance to fall like sand when struck. That's cool. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. World update rate has been reduced slightly. Water now evaporates when it reaches the underworld. I don't know why that would happen, but that's interesting. Okay. Slowed the rate of plant growth. Hardcore is now okay, so the hardcore mode is in the patch notes here. Hardcore is now an option when creating a new player. Hardcore players are gone for good after dying. Ouch. The jungle now has its own music track. I can't wait to hear that. I think we heard it actually in the 1.05 trailer. It sounded good, but I want to hear it in-game. Okay. Vines that refuse to grow longer than 1 tile length while underwater will now grow correctly. Pot graphic has been brightened to make it more visible. That's cool. Plants grown out of clay pots can no longer be cut with a whip. That's good as well. I kept cutting them in my house. The alchemy plants that can... Oh, the new alchemy plants can be grown in these pots. That's cool. So you can actually have a whole... Oh my goodness. That's going to be terrible. People are going to go crazy. It's going to be like Farmville up in here. Anyway. Gems, ore, and gold chests now have a sparkle effect. Oh, wow. I actually thought that was a potion. I saw that in the trailer, but I wasn't aware. Cool. Man, that's going to be so cool. Okay, so I'm never going to miss them again. That's good. Giant glowing mushrooms will now grow back over time. Okay. Player now starts out with a copper short sword. Cool. That's a very bad sword to start out with, but it's much better than starting off with nothing. And then, Helene sneezed. And dungeon bricks, bless you. Dungeon bricks and walls have had their brightness reduced. It did look pretty bright in the videos that I saw. But those are all the changes. Now I've definitely checked them all out. I think so. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below, or let everyone else that, you know, watches the video know as well. And if you want more of this, like more of the patch talk and the patch news, I recommend heading on over to the general section or the patch section or whatever on Terraria Online. That's terrariaonline.com, one word. And like, I think it's worth having a look there, seeing what other people think about the new patch, you know, seeing if there are any things that they've discovered, stuff like that. I think it's definitely worth having a look at, because there's a lot of talk going on, and if you're a Terraria fanboy like myself, then it's always good to have a look at. So that's about it. The gameplay footage you saw on your screens right now, while you were watching this or listening to this, whatever, was of a little adventure I went on while testing my server. So the server thing, I'm going to talk about it in the next vlog that I release, but it looks like if I have to host it from my PC, I'm only going to have like 4 players max. So while that's okay for me, it might not be okay for you guys, and it might lag or whatever if I have more, so I'm not sure about that yet. So anyway, I'll talk about that in the vlog. Okay? Now, that's all the patch changes. You can get them, you'll find the link below, the one to the Steam update list, which contains everything, and I'll link you to Terraria Online, I'll link you to their changelog thread, I'll link you to everything you need, basically, to the 1.05 trailer as well. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's not really something you can really enjoy, but I hope you guys are as happy for me to have the new patch out. It's pretty big. I'm really happy that it's out. There's a lot of new stuff, and what makes me a bit sad though is that I'll probably have to create a new world soon. Not that that's a big problem, but I want to experience the new stuff. I want to see the new stuff that they added, so I'll probably have to do that anyway. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying 1.05. Before I even release this, I hope you've been enjoying it. Ooh, and the gameplay footage, as you've probably been watching, this was just me and 2 other guys. A few other people tried to join just to sort of stress test the server. But as you may have seen, we just went on a quick adventure. We went down to hell, which I really didn't expect. I mean, those guys, they dig so fast with their molten pickaxes. And we got there so quickly, so, you know, why not? You might have also seen, if you were actually paying attention, I snatched a Hellforge. Okay, that was the funniest thing ever. They were like long gone dead, and I was like jumping around, spamming my potions, trying to stay alive long enough to be able to grab the Hellforge and get out alive. There were like 2 bone serpents. Oh, it was terrible. It was fun. It was amazingly fun, actually. And then we went to the corruption. We killed like a bunch of shadow orbs, and we killed the Eater of Worlds again. But obviously those guys were decked out in pretty decent gear, so they knew what they were doing. Okay, and you could have checked the chat out as well if you really wanted to. It was nothing special, but we were talking to each other. But it was a lot of fun. Okay, so I can see that multiplayer Terraria, that was the first time I had played with anyone. It can be fun. I mean, we were just doing random stuff, and it was pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video footage as well. Okay, it wasn't meant to be anything huge, like impressive, nothing like that. And I'm sorry that I didn't get to play with any of you guys yet. I'm still trying to work on that. Like I said, I'll talk about it in a vlog. Okay, in one of my future vlogs, by future I mean probably in the next day or 2, I will talk about the Terraria server thing. I've got some ideas. Because I feel that maybe hosting it... No, wait, I'm going to stop talking now. I'll talk about that in the vlog. So check the video out, watch the gameplay footage if you didn't already, and stay tuned for more Terraria goodness. But that's about it. Check the links below for all those things that you would need, because there's in fact a lot of information out there at the moment, especially for 1.05. But have a look at it and enjoy. Most importantly though, happy Terraria 1.0. I said that way too many times now, but happy that.